In the world of boxing, which I myself like to compare to the superhero world, to the superhero universe, we have two new heroes that find themselves on a collision course with one another. Two brand new heroes that will soon square off. Terence "Bud" Crawford, aka Wolverine, and Jeff Horn, aka Juggernaut. And you're probably wondering, why did E pick Wolverine and Juggernaut to describe these fighters? Don't worry, your boy will explain it all to you soon. Today's video, does Jeff Horn have any chance in defeating Terence "Bud" Crawford? Y'all know what it is. Amazing Eric Sports. Let's go, man. Amazing Eric Sports. Sports and laughs, it's all love. Ow! What is up, all my fellow boxing heads? It's your boy Eric, and I'm back here live with another episode of the Amazing Eric Sports Show. Listen, let's take care of a little business first. If you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you find one of the many places, the many buttons, the many links that I have here that you can click on and do that. Subscribe. Not only subscribe, hit the bell icon. That way you can be notified whenever your boy drops something new. Okay, let's jump right in the middle of this juicy video. If you haven't been living under a rock, you know that Jeff Horn just had his first successful defense of his WBO 147-pound welterweight strap. He just defeated Gary Corcoran by 11-round TKO. During the fight, the broadcasters even said we should call this fight the Terence "Bud" Crawford sweepstakes. So the question looms large now. This is a huge question. Everybody's talking about it. Can Jeff Horn actually beat Terence Crawford? The reason Terence Crawford is going to be Wolverine in this video, while we are styling him as Wolverine for this fight, first of all, strength, agility, speed, and the ability to cut you up from every angle. If you know one thing about Terence Crawford, he will slice you from every angle. Just ask Julius Ndungo, ask Felix Diaz, ask Gamboa, ask Hank Lundy, and the list goes on and on and on. Terence Crawford has the ability to just cut you up. You stick your hand out there, you make the wrong move, all you hear is this. Those Wolverine claws just making X's across your screen. Just getting cut up from all angles. That's why Terence Crawford is styled as the Wolverine in this particular fight. And on the other side of the ring, we have Jeff the Hornet Horn. He is styled as Juggernaut here because he brings brute force, size, and power to this dance. And I personally feel those are the key things he needs to rely on in order to try and defeat Terence Crawford. If you remember, in the hero universe, whenever Wolverine and Juggernaut get down, it is always a match of speed, agility, and strength versus size and brute force. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly go through what we feel are each fighter's keys to victory in this fight. Let's start with Jeff Horn. The first thing I'd like to do here is point out what are the advantages, if you will, for Jeff Horn. He's the bigger man, and not only is he a bigger man just because it is 147, and this will be Terence Crawford's initial fight at 147. That's not the only thing. Jeff Horn is a huge welterweight. Another thing Jeff Horn has, and some of you guys are going to say, E, what are you talking about? I'm not saying this is his advantage. Of course it's not his advantage, but this is something that is very sneaky about Jeff Horn's fight game. Jeff Horn has underrated and deceptive footwork. Please don't turn off the video. Hear me out. Jeff Horn can actually get some angles on his fighters. He did it to Manny Pacquiao. He did it to Gary Corcoran. He did this in both of those fights. He's able to jump off from side to side. Albeit when he does this, sometimes he leaves himself squared up. He comes in fat. If he does that, he will pay against Terence Crawford, but his footwork is a little deceptive. Terence Crawford does have the edge in footwork, but Jeff Horn is sneaky with his angles. When I think about the best way to describe to you guys what I think Jeff Horn's fight plan should be, what I think is the best path of victory for Jeff Horn to take, it's as simple as this. He needs to be a bull in a china shop. This can't be a pretty fight. The prettier this fight is, the more this fight is fought at arm's length, the more room he gives Terence Crawford, the more of a classic boxing match this is, that is to Jeff Horn's disadvantage. Jeff Horn should fight Terence Crawford a lot like he fought Manny Pacquiao. I always say Jeff Horn fought Manny Pacquiao just like Marcos Maidana fought Floyd Mayweather in the first fight. No respect, no care, actually borderlining, teeter-tottering, breaking the rules. Marcos Maidana was breaking the rules in that fight, but he pressed it and pressed it and pressed it, and he made the referee have to do something about it. This is Jeff Horn's best key to victory. Get up there, get ugly, get dirty, try to make Terence Crawford think, why did I come to 147? He needs to get in there and be Juggernaut. Have you ever seen Juggernaut? When Juggernaut fights, when Juggernaut shows up in a movie or a cartoon or a comic book, Juggernaut is doing what? Tearing up everything around him. Juggernaut is running through the walls. Juggernaut is running over cop cars. Juggernaut is running over people. This is why I chose Juggernaut as Jeff Horn's superhero going into this fight. He needs to fight the fight like Juggernaut, tear up everything, bull in the china shop if he has any chance of winning, in my humble opinion. Now, on the other hand, if you're Terence Bud Crawford, what I would say his strengths, his advantages are a super high boxing IQ. Again, I'm going to say that because it's so important. A lot of people don't understand how important this is. A super high boxing IQ. He has that computer, that way that after 2 or 3 rounds, when that happens, he's got you figured out. That's why most Terence Crawford fights, they look a little rough. Round 1, round 2, round 3. Somewhere around round 4, he has his guy figured out and it's lights out. Terence Crawford has a very high boxing IQ. As I tried to sum it up and come up with a saying, just something simple where I could show you what I think Terence Crawford's path to victory is, I can only come up with this. Just do you. Just be you. That's what Terence Crawford needs to be in this fight. He needs to be Bud Crawford. I know that sounds simple, but you have to think about this. He needs to be who he is. He needs to compute what Jeff Horn is trying to do. He needs to stay off the ropes. He needs to cut Jeff Horn up. Whenever Jeff Horn comes in squared up, like I mentioned earlier, he needs to make him pay. When Jeff Horn throws a wild punch, he needs to be hitting him. Some guys have thudding power. Some guys have getting your attention type of power. And some guys have rapier cutting power, like slicing power. And that's how Terence Crawford's power is. Look at Julius Ndongo. Those punches he was throwing, those body shots, they were cutting to Ndongo's soul. That's what Terence Crawford does. Look how he cut up the gold medalist Diaz. He just cut him up. Those punches aren't necessarily thudding punches, but they are slick and they cut like knives. That's why we chose Wolverine for Terence Crawford. He needs to fight the bigger man a lot like Wolverine fights Juggernaut. Get off the angles, jump around on the side of him, cut him up, spin him, turn him around, discombobulate him. This is what Terence Crawford needs to do. This is what Terence Crawford does to all of his opponents. If Terence Crawford can figure out Jeff Horn in the first 2 to 3 rounds, and Jeff Horn can't do anything to really make Terence Crawford uncomfortable, to really show him that 147 is not the place for him, it is going to be all bad for Jeff Horn starting around round 4. So this is the beauty in what we have in this fight, and this is why I'm so excited for this fight. Jeff Horn is going to come in the ring to show Terence Crawford, hey, little man, you stepped up too far. You shouldn't have come to 147. I'm the bigger man. I can hurt you. I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to beat you down until you quit. Terence Crawford's going to be coming in there to say, hey, big boy, I got something for you too. When I pop you, it's going to hurt you. And if you're not on your game, I just might stop you. Woo! I just sounded like Ric Flair right there, didn't I? Woo! Like the pimp, the baller, the player, my dude, Ric Flair. That's how excited I am about this fight. You guys, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the fight. Let me know who you think has the advantage. Is it Terence Bud Crawford, a.k.a. Wolverine, or will it be Jeff the Hornet Horn, a.k.a. the Juggernaut? Wait, hold up. I got to tell you guys this before you go. If you like this whole boxer superhero thing, please check out this video right here we made. It's called Errol Spence Ruined the Welterweight Division. Go look for this icon on my page. Go look for this thumbnail. Check out that video. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Until the next one, it's your boy, Big E with Amazing Eric Sports. Peace.